So these will be recorded, and what we might do is, why don't we have people put their questions in the chat rather than everybody kind of just whatever. Okay. So anyways, my name is Steph. I am a 1-star. I'm a 3-star on my husband's account. That's a different story. I'm a Success Club All-Star. I have a downline of 245. I have been coaching, I believe the 9th is my 2-year anniversary. And so for me, like, I'm really, really strong on social media. I have a pretty decent Instagram, but my jam really is like really, really good challenge groups, getting new coaches started right, being a leader as a coach, and, you know, those types of things. So besides, like, on this call, if you guys ever have any questions, you know, you can contact us separately. We're also up for helping out. Most of us probably have set times. I'm pretty available, but my husband will be deploying now, so I'm going to be more strict with my times. But anyways, so if you have any questions about actually coaching, how to get your coaches started right, challenge groups, how to get those spiced up and those kinds of things, those are kind of my jam. And these guys are awesome at same things, but also better at the ninja stuff than I am. I pay for my ninja site. So that's where I am with all of that.
Awesome.
Cool. Well, my name is Chaz. Most of you have probably seen my face a time or two in the last month or so. I've been a coach for technically 8 years ago. I signed up, but we all know you have a sign-up date and a start date. So I actually started working the business January 2013 solely based on the fact that that's when the Success Club cruise was announced for the Caribbean. And I wanted to take my wife on the honeymoon that we never had. Side effect, I was able to quit my job that July, 7 months later. So that was cool. Ever since then, that was 3 years ago, I've been self-employed. Got into several different business adventures, which it's funny how this all looped around back into Beachbody world, because I took almost a year off of Beachbody the last pretty much all of 2016. And little did I know that the tactics and tools I learned from doing other businesses and building large Facebook groups all came back and kind of rekindled my passion with Beachbody. So I'm back full swing. That's why you guys have seen me back in Who Knows Guy, because for me, my strength has now become Facebook, community development, relationships, content creation, all stuff that I've done for the other Amazon business, which you guys all know by now. But then now that's all helped me develop the skills I need to take Beachbody up to that next level. I've been basically stuck at Diamond because once I hit Diamond, I just got complacent. I was happy. I'm no longer going to settle there though. So I'm going above and beyond, and I'm pumped to be able to plug into this community and share any little tips or tricks or advice that we can with this.
I'll go because I know Aaron's got baby game. Let's see. I'm Megan Taylor. I have been a coach for almost 2.5 years. I am in Aaron's downline. I'm not her PS, but I am a couple levels below her, and we are success partners and best friends. I'm a nurse practitioner. I have my master's degree in nursing, so I work night shift in the PACU at University of Maryland. So I have 3 children. I am a wife of 14 years, and I am a 1-star Diamond, and I would like to get to 2. That's my goal. I feel like I've been at 1 forever. I just can't seem to get that second Diamond. My husband is my first. So anyway, let's see. In between, taking care of the kids and trying to work and trying to make it all balance and still be present, I found this, I knew I needed more. And so I got hooked in with my awesome friends, Sherilyn and Aaron, and they hooked me in with Who Knows a Guy, and I've got my website and doing really well because I am taking Curtis's advice, and it seems to be really working and paying off. My strengths are, I love fitness. Fitness is my passion. I love working out. Even before that, even before Beachbody, I ran marathons. I've always been a fitness guru. But I'm not, what I need help with, I feel like what my weakness is growing really strong business builders, really providing them with support, not hand-holding, but also providing them with help. There's a balance to that. So where we have, all four of us, we have strengths and we all have weaknesses. And I think that when the four of us get together, we'll be able to have a really good view of how we can best help everyone else. So that's why our four minds, and hopefully our fifth mind with Chris will help you guys reach your goals too, and then help us along the way. So that's me.
And I'm Erin, and I'm a one-star diamond. I've been for 6 years this May. I'm a mommy of five kids, and one is running around probably being super loud right now. And I am the coach of the 2013 $100,000 Beachbody Challenge winner, Jessica Wiederhold. So that was pretty awesome. And that's kind of when Chaz was saying that's kind of when it clicked for me, and I really started oh my gosh, I can really help people. My strengths are talking to people and overcoming objections. Since I've been doing this for so long, there's literally nothing you can throw at me that I haven't heard, and I'm really good at overcoming those objections. I'm also good now, since working with a guy, with funnels. That's a strength of mine, funnels and marketing, automation. I'm all about automation. Having 5 kids, I'm also a sonographer at University of Maryland where Meg works. So, needless to say, I'm a little bit busy. So anything automated and trying to time for things that are super important is where my strengths are.
All right, so do we have any questions? Anybody have any topics or ideas that they want to throw at us that we can help with? Steph, can you see?
Can you see the chat?
I can't.
Okay. So guys, if you have questions for us, post it in the chat and we can read it.
If there aren't any yet, I guess we can take some from I'm trying to sign on to my Mac.
Yeah, I've got the other ones posted up. So while you guys are coming up with questions or topics you want us to cover, go ahead and drop those in the chat. And while we're waiting for that, Matt asked a good question on this thread. It's, what's the best way to keep a dead conversation going?
Okay.
So do we just want to all four, boom, 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 give your quick answer for that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Dead conversations, how do we do it?
So I always end a conversation with a question. I always leave that door open, and I will, even if it's something silly or something like, how are you feeling today? Or does that make sense to you? Or just some way that I can leave the door open by always ending a conversation with a question so that they have to respond or they feel a little bit more inclined, because A, I'm showing interest in them, and B, I actually want them to communicate back with me.
Yep, that's exactly what I was going to say. Always end with a question, even if it's just like, how's your day? Because that means that they, even if you feel like the conversation is dying as far as their goals and what you're trying to work with them with, then just take it to friendship and keep the conversation going that way.
Yeah, for me, it might seem very strange, but I actually don't cold message people. I have a lot of people that come to me with my live videos and stuff like that, but when I am messaging, I'm always starting a conversation in a relationship. So I'm never just saying hey, do you want to join my house pet group? I run events most months. So I get people in there, and that's where I really talk about the programs and products and stuff like that. People that are follow-ups or people that I've talked to or that I think would be really great to do a certain program. I'll be like, hey, I sent you an invite to my event. There's no pressure, just to let you know that I'm just going to be talking about the programs and products for the next 5 days. But literally almost all of my messages start with forming a relationship rather than cold messaging. So it's not and then sometimes it's just okay, good to hear from you. And then next month when I follow up, I'm like, hey, how's it going? Or, hey, I saw that you started running. I did my first triathlons last year. Just trying to find a common, whether my passions are also fitness and nutrition, you know, whether there's something on their page, something that you can like, something you can comment on, like starting a conversation that way is what works.
Yeah, that's awesome. To piggyback off of that, my mind with this question goes, do you think the conversation is dying in the aspect of it's not pushing towards a sale? Because I think that might be a spot a lot of people are coming from, because I know it's something I used to do is, oh, all my conversations are dead. In my head, meaning they're not going closer to a sale. So I think if you can tweak that a little bit and do come from the foundation of relationship building first, you're going in to be their friend. That's what you're doing. So I can't say anything that's not already been said. It's from my point of view, that's where my mind goes with it. So maybe that's something you just need to tweak a little bit, is take Beachbody and the sale out of your head, especially with a new connection, a new relationship. The second a sale or challenge pack or something enters the back of your mind, it's going to help you. It's going to try to force you to steer the conversation in an unnatural direction. So yeah, 100%. And with questions, it's no different than doing a post, right? You don't just do a post to do a post. There's a call to action. So ask questions, get to know them. I actually don't do a lot of Facebook messaging. I do like 90% phone calls nowadays. You get on the phone, that conversation doesn't die.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
I think we're all different. We all have different flavors. I cold invite all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I never get on the phone. So
Yeah. No,
we're all successful. So I think it's just
exactly.
if you find a niche, you know, what works for you and your busy lifestyle, you know, you just make it work. And I think that you start the day, meaning that no one owes me anything. And I don't need that sale. It's kind of a mind shift change. And Chaz is right in that, you know, if you want to build this relationship, and the minute you start talking about stuff, they're gonna notice and they're gonna shut you down. But if you show a genuine, honest concern and interest in what they're doing and what their life is all about, they will pick up on that and they will value that.
Yeah, you have to be present to begin with. One thing, like with my new coaches, is they're not going to know right away, or they're not going to trust you right away, because usually Beachbody is their last chance. They've tried Herbalife, they've tried going to the gym, they've tried all of these other things, and so now they see you. They may see a post or two, and you also have to realize that that not everybody is seeing your stuff all the time, especially if you're only posting once every couple days or not going live at all. Like, they're not seeing your stuff. So a lot of times for newer people, they're not going to know you're a coach, and they're also waiting for you to fail. They're like, well, okay, she just started this coaching thing. So especially for newer people, literally it's like a farmer planting seeds. Like, it is going to take time, and it might be frustrating at first, but if you're consistent and if you're showing up and you're providing value, it'll come around. I mean, some people that I'm signing up now, I've been talking to for 2 years. They know damn well that this is what they should be doing and that they would be getting results, but it's got to be the right time.
Nailed it. I would like to throw in real quick, piggybacking. You have 4 different people up here, 4 different methods of building businesses. There's no right way to do it. You just need to you're not going to take something from all of us. You just take the few things that you need to craft it into your own. I just want to throw that in there.
Yeah, definitely.
We've all tried different things and tried different things.
Looks like we got a few questions in the chat now. So can you go over how you come up with new content? Anyone want to take the reins on that one? That's a big one. I'll go ahead and start for that one. Just because I feel like content is kind of my jam. My flow is very simple for content. First, you have to have a niche. You guys have all heard my spiels on niches. Go non-fitness if you can, just because fitness is saturated. If you go into a fitness niche, you need to make it specific, because it's so huge. You're just going to be another voice out in the crowd, right? Especially with Beachbody, it's just almost 500,000 coaches. You have to find that one specific thing that makes you different in the fitness field. So I'm a big fan of non-fitness niches. 2, you need to choose a platform. Don't do them all. Pick a few that you're going to master, right? You can't do 7 different platforms and stay consistent. Show me one successful person that does all that without the help of virtual assistants. 3, you need to make sure your content is based around demand. So whatever niche you are in, what is your demand? And you are simply just meeting that halfway. So for example, in my niche of helping new people get started on Amazon and eBay selling in e-commerce, the demand I found was there were crap videos out there. Nobody was showing how to start with the basics. I'm talking super easy stuff that was common sense to any other seller. I was the one who just put videos out on that stuff. How to do this. And I documented and all that good stuff. And then next thing you know, it turned into this huge channel just because people were like, hey, this guy puts out good stuff that's meeting that demand. So it might be tutorial videos or blogs. It might be articles. I can't tell you what it's going to be for you because everyone's so different. But the biggest thing with creating content is maybe it's coming up with the content schedule. I have one on my whiteboard right here. So for example, Monday, I do Mindset Mondays on my personal page. So I go live on Mondays and I just do 30 minutes of mindset stuff. Tuesdays might be a recipe. Wednesdays, fitness. Thursday, I do a training video for my team. Fridays are product reviews. And Saturday is a business day. Like that's a very simple content schedule I came up with. It works for myself. And then really just comes down to the consistency after that. That's my personal flow with it.
So I wanted to quick chime in about niches. So they're bringing up stuff on the chat. I'm seeing that. How do you know what your niche is? How do you know it's not too broad? So what I found that I had to do is I had to look at my avatar. Who am I specifically wanting to have my team? Who do I want to work with? And I really narrow that down. I want to work with moms. I want to work with moms that have many children. I want to work with moms who also work. I want to work with nursing or in healthcare. So when I found my niche, it was really who my avatar is. Because once you know who your avatar is, you will directly talk to them on your posts. When you make your posts, you're talking directly to that person, and that's who you want to attract, because it's great to talk to 1,000,001 different people if you don't really have an avatar, but that's not going to help you. That's not going to help you get to who you need and who you want to eventually put on your team and work with on a daily basis. So really, to try to get your niche is to think about who is your avatar, be super specific on them, down to the type of clothes that they wear, down to the type of way they wear their hair. Create an image in your mind of who that avatar is, and then that will help you to create content. So for example, today I talked about how I was able to do a really great fitness move that I was super busy, but I was able to fit it in. Everyone stayed asleep because I have kids. And then yet last night I talked about how, my kids fight all the time, and my one kid was sprawled out on the floor because she was throwing a fit. I'm directly talking to those people. So as your day goes by, talk about the things that you want your avatar to see, that they can relate to, if that makes any sense. I'm sorry, that's rambling.
Nailed it, 100%.
Yeah, and another way that you can kind of try to narrow it down is like what really, I'm a cancer survivor, biker mom, military.
That's an avatar, definitely.
Yeah, that's not too big.
It's not.
That's who you are. And a good way is if you're not joining groups, if you're not in groups, or I'm going to start learning how to create my own groups through this guy.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, get in groups. Like I started triathlons this year. I finished first place in my age category because I did max 30. So I'm in a runner group. I'm in a triathlon group. I have tattoos too. So I have people on Instagram that are moms with tattoo followers. Like that is your niche. That's, and if you don't really know what it is, ask the people that are close to you. Ask people what you're good at, or think about what really makes your, I don't know, it's hard to explain, what really lights your fire. Like for me, like Aaron was saying, nobody can come to me with an objection. I never get the price objection, ever, because I'm super, 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 I'm just straight up. I'm honest, I'm blunt, I'm like, okay, well, this is why there's so much cancer in America. You know what I mean? That's just who I am. That's who I am in my live videos. That's what I'm super passionate about. I talk about how, I always made my kids food and if you just start going live and talking about what really makes your fire go, then they're going to see that, and that will help you kind of narrow it down as well. Here's another thing that I do. I usually just have content. I do a schedule as well. I know these are the days I'm going live and stuff. But sometimes Greatest.com or WebMD, if there's certain articles that I like to read about. You know, that's what I tell my new people. Find an article that you find very interesting. And if you're kind of afraid about going live, you know, jot down some things. And it's honestly also okay to say, like, I wrote my list down. So don't feel like, oh, I'm reading from a list. You know, just get over that fear of going live. Go live. Let people see your passion. And that's going to start to draw people into you also.
Exactly. And I think people are asking, can you have more than one? And what happens when your niche is really broad? And I agree. I think that you can have more than one. Like, I am a super busy mom. I have 5 kids. I'm definitely going to relate to those people. I also lost a bunch of weight and I have a heart condition. So I'm going to be relating to people that struggle with physical things like anxiety and stuff like that. Like, there's definitely different. Just remember who you're trying to talk to when you make this post.
Oh,
My goodness.
He's so sweet.
hug.
Go live, everybody, because this is so much fun.
And this is real life. This is her real life. So if
Mhm.
For real.
baby's talking or crying or your kids are fighting or that's real life. That's what people want to see. They want to know that we're relatable. They don't
Exactly.
wanna
We are
see-
not perfect.
Mhm.
Yeah. They want to see our messy lives. They don't want to see that we're perfect and that we're, you know, for over a year, well over a year, every single day I was up at 5 a.m. Every single day I did the miracle morning. Every single day, like, it looked to people that I was very perfect. And then with my husband deploying in a couple of days, it crushed me. He's been laid off for 4 months. He's been at home. It's been too much for me to handle. And it happened to me. And so that's what I've been going live about for the last couple months. And you know how many people that attracts? Like, oh my gosh, that happens to you too? And it's like, yeah, if I didn't have this community, I would be screwed. You know, just be whatever you are right now, be that. And it will change and it will ebb and flow. And show them that.
Yeah, definitely being more transparent and focusing on perfection, because if you focus on perfection, then people really can't relate to you if you talk about your struggles, because something brought you to Beachbody, right? Everybody has a why. And I would say for most of us, the why can be kind of painful. You know, what brought us here, where we once were, and what this community and what health and fitness has done for us. So if you think about where you've come from and how far you've come, talking about those struggles is really important too, because although it may be in the past for a lot of us, even giving breadcrumbs about it, you know, doing breadcrumb posts about it will help people to relate to you. I have a premature son. He was born at 28 weeks. He's 6 years old now. But that was a very dark time in my life, being in the NICU for 10 weeks with him. And I had a 2-year-old at home. So that's a really dark part of my life, but I will talk about him being premature baby. And, you know, all these people come out of the woodwork. My son was a 28-weeker. My son was, you know, so it's just ways that people can relate to show that you are far from perfect. No one's perfect. And that we can all relate to each other because we've all
You just nailed that right on the head. Our son was a NICU baby too. So
yeah.
we get it. But I remember that time, as painful as it was, I remember doing that first post after he was born.
Mm-hmm.
And I just got a flood of messages of people I thought I knew really well. Like, hey, our son was in the NICU too. And they'll send me pictures of him. Like, he's 14 years old now and he's healthy. And it was one of the coolest things when I opened up and just started sharing about that. Because it is, like, especially when you're dealing with like NICU stuff, it's painful. It's a very dark place. And so the first time I open up and I just say, you know, I'm just going to put this out there, let people know what's going on. And I was brought to like my knees. It was a very humbling experience.
Yeah.
Very cool.
A lot of roller coaster ride.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you guys probably think like people don't want to hear that or I don't, you know, there's some things that like if you have a bad relationship with your mom and your mom's on Facebook, you might not say that exact thing. Or if you know, whatever the case is, but just you think that people don't want to hear your struggles and they do. Sharing struggles is what helps get people out of their struggles.
Yeah, definitely.
They trust you.
That's a really, really good place to start, is being comfortable with your own story and knowing what your story is and being comfortable with sharing that with people, because, you know, ultimately we're expecting the people we talk to open up to us, and we can't really expect them to do that if we're not willing to do it ourselves. Mm-hmm. So I think that's a really, really good plan, really good place to start.
I'll piggyback off that real quick, because I did this yesterday. If you're hosting challenge groups, you just nailed it again. We're going to get along great. I love this. With your challenge groups, don't be in there as just the coach. Be in the trenches with your people. And I mean that as you're not in there just to coach them and post on your good days, right? We love a challenge group where people just open up and pour their hearts out, right? We love that type of thing. So you need to be showing up and leading by example first. So for example, I've been down sick since Monday. Yesterday, I had anemia issues. So finally at like 9 o'clock, I felt normal. I had the fatigue was away, all that kind of stuff. So I felt normal, and I honestly was just about to go to bed, throw in the towel. Many of you have seen Curtis's $100 challenge thing. So I actually charged Curtis $100 if he doesn't work out, because he came to me. I'll put that up there. He came to me for that. So I decided to do it with him. And at like 8:30 p.m., I was getting ready to text over to my group that we're in and say, hey, guys, I'm just going to pay the $100 and call it a day. But about 9 p.m., all of a sudden I had this little thing where I had a little sit down with myself. I'm like, you haven't worked out in 2 days. This is not okay. You feel fine right now. Just get it done. So at 10 p.m., I drugged my butt into the gym, got it done. It was not fun. It was not easy. It was one of the worst workouts I've done in a while. And I posted about that. Inside of my group. And everyone was like, oh my gosh, you're real. Like, you as a coach, you're not a superhuman, right? Don't pretend to be this on top of the mountain type person. Be in the trenches with your people and open up. Trust me, it'll do wonders.
Yeah. Another huge thing, you guys. If you're not following a program and drinking Shakeology, then you can't coach. You just can't. Period. And you need to start and finish programs. Even if you have days where you're sick, or you go on vacation, or you do whatever, you don't start over. Okay, I've done it, but you don't start over. The point is, show your challengers that it's okay to have life in balance and that those things are going to happen, but you just pick up where you were. You don't say, oh, I failed, this sucks, oh, this is stupid. You don't go live about that. You just say, oh, I missed a few days, like I tried to run a half marathon without training. Stupid. Really, really dumb. But you know what? That was a really good message to people. So instead of being like, oh, I couldn't work out for 5 days after, I had to just finish off where I left off. So you guys have to. You guys can't hear me? Hold on, let me get on my other computer.
Brian had asked about how to balance like and personal pages, and I can just tell you what I do really quickly while Steph is getting situated. I double post. So I basically just will post on my personal page, and then I just post the same thing on my like page. I kind of make my like page as my highlight reel. Me and Aaron do that. We, if we have 15 pictures from an outing that we would post with, that have our family in it, that we would post on our personal pages, we would pick maybe 2 or 3 of the best ones and put them on our like pages and do a double post. Just so that, because I have people that are on my like page that I want to see some things, but that way it allows me to be consistently posting every single day, sometimes 2-3 times a day, so that people can see my difference and that I'm always on their feed.